War has broken out in our neighbourhood. Our foreign dependency need for raw materials is undermining the EU's resilience, and fundamental freedoms are being questioned. It is against this backdrop that the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung has launched the 12 missions for a progressive Europe. The missions focus on fighting issues related to climate change, migration, but also democratic resilience and the security and well-being of European citizens.
The 12 missions are proposals of the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung for the upcoming election campaign about the main items of the public debate in the member states of the European Union.
The EU is at a critical juncture. If it does not become more resilient, external threats could have devastating consequences.
The EU has really important security and defense challenges that it needs to address. One of the ways that this needs to be done is to address critical dependencies. When it comes to key areas where the EU needs to work together is future capabilities. These future capabilities depend a lot on sourcing critical raw materials. We know that the digital transformation is fueled by these critical raw materials, and the EU at the moment and its member states are dependent in most cases on illiberal governments. Artificial intelligence to big data analytics to cloud computing, they can fundamentally change the ways we do things, how knowledge is produced, how information is circulated, but also very basic elements in our daily life, from healthcare to transport to how we do banking.
These pressing challenges all demand innovative solutions, and these start by empowering European citizens and protecting their fundamental rights.
The European Union will only survive if all the member states respect the principle we are a community of sovereign countries based on the rule of law.
You can say that the EU is in a good shape in general, but when you try to examine the situation in individual EU member states, you can see that not everything is going right. There is one EU member state which is no longer even interested in playing by the same rules. I think that a lot of people in the EU sometimes are not aware of how important it is that the situation in all 27 EU member states is at least good, if not very good, with regards to the rule of law, and how much their life can be impacted. The awareness of the situation of the rule of law is absolutely crucial for the EU citizens to have, so that they can make informed decisions and that they support those politicians who want the EU to become stronger and they want the rule of law to be stronger.
The EU must strengthen itself from within, but to combat external threats, it also needs to focus on its security and defence. For this reason, Europe needs to encourage greater cooperation and integration in its defence system. A strong and united European defence is essential for ensuring our citizens' security.
I think it's safe to say Europe is still one of the most secure places on Earth, but that doesn't mean that security is guaranteed. Becoming more interoperable is obviously necessary, and that means that you harmonize your defense planning, you spend enough money, you buy European. So in the end you build a force package. There are many opportunities that EU defense policy could grasp in the next legislature. So I see an enormous task there to help the EU member states that are NATO allies realize the NATO new force model and build a real European pillar within the alliance, based on a European force package.
A Europe that abides by the rule of law, has a strong defence shield, and is resilient against external threats, is a Europe that can fulfil its promises of being more united, secure and fair for its citizens.
The first step to strengthen cooperation of the member states is that all the member states understand that they alone are weaker than united. And the Europeans must understand that the future of the next generations in the European Union depends from the capacity of the member states to cooperate economically and also in security questions.
The EU's resilience is at stake, and it is our mission to protect it. Visit our website to learn more about our 12 missions for a progressive Europe.